Hey everyone, Erin Zen Warrior here. There's so many topics that have come up today, but something that has come up for me as I've come out of my COVID journey, or come out of being sick with COVID, is a couple of things. One, I think I mentioned in a previous video, I talked about like the depression that got me, which I think we should be very, very conscious of with our fellow loved ones and stuff like that, is just making sure that they know that this is coming and that this too shall pass. But something else that that goes along with that is also energy. And so what I've noticed with a lot of people is that they're jumping out of the symptoms of COVID that they perceive to be symptoms of that flu. Like, for example, fever, body aches, snotty nose, cough, anything like that, sore throat. They're coming out of that. Or the sore throat one is interesting because a lot of people who get the sore throat that I've talked to, they don't get much of anything else. So they're like, well, I've got a bit of a funny throat, but I'm fine. So they're going 100% into getting back into things. And there's a huge energy zap with this. And I was measuring it on like my Oura Ring and my Garmin. So I was seeing that like my body wasn't fully recovered, but I was thinking, I feel like I should be recovered. And then I was also having this sort of down, depression, demotivation at the same time. So there's this sort of guilt that comes in feeling like you should be doing something. And there's this other side of you going, I'm absolutely exhausted. Like, how do I deal with this? So what I would like to make everyone aware of is, one, if you have a device, it's worth keeping an eye on your stats. The most valuable stat that I use daily is HRV, heart rate variability. And if you don't know what that is, go look it up and get familiar with it because it's pretty new on the scene in the last couple of years. And it gives you an indication of what's happening in your hormonal system. And that includes your recovery and repair as much as your stress, your reproductive hormones, etc. So you want to get to know what HRV is. You want to find out if your device does some sort of HRV measurement. If it doesn't, maybe when you get to replacing it, you want to look into that. But be very careful with yourself when you're starting to get better from COVID. And even in the last week, I've gotten back to work and my work's quite physically demanding. You want to be aware of just how much energy you're putting out. And if you're feeling tired, take the rest, take the break. Don't be too hard on yourself. A lot of people have ended up with long COVID because they haven't really realized how much it's hitting their hormonal system, and it's a bit sneaky. So be careful with yourselves. It is COVID season here in New Zealand, and there are apparently new and lighter but very virulent, very good spreaders happening overseas and stuff like that as well. So whilst I don't think we should be panicking about those things, thinking that we're all going to die, I don't think that's the case. We should be concerned about looking after the longevity of our health and allowing ourselves recovery and repair. In the end, I just went, screw it, I'll deal with it all next week. And now that I've started to get back into things, last night I was meant to do some work and I was tired after a really busy day. And I just went, you know what? It'll wait. It really will wait. Be nice to yourselves. If you're not, you won't be nice to anyone else. And you can't rely on others to be there for you all of the time. You've got to be the one. So be nice to yourself. If you guys have got any questions about my COVID journey, by all means, ask me down below, including supplements. I put that in another video, all that sort of stuff. So see you soon. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you're seeing this on YouTube.